Both teams, as I mentioned before, were brilliant starters in their first round game. So, grand final berth up for grab here on a Tuesday night, live and exclusive on Fox Footy. West Perth taking on Western Storm, the first semi-final here from Patterson's. And away we go straight away. We saw Thorpe up in the ruck for the Storm. And Big Cunin was up for the Falcons. There's a courageous mark. How's that for commitment straight away from Luke Meadows? It goes very, very wide. Out there past Cunin, over to Kerr. As Barry mentioned, he's a clever player and he'll be up forward doing some clever things. Former Carlton player. They go down the outer side, the Falcons. And a good leap there from McGee, but the ball now, again, the Falcons in the side of forward 50 and sliding in for the first mark, and what should be the first shot at goal is Martin Sever.
Yeah, look, that ball just needed to be taken over the boundary there by the Storm. Player was not quite sure who that was out on that outer side. But, yeah, look, if that was taken out of bounds, Sever would not be having this shot at goal, but it could be the perfect start here for West Perth.
Martin Sever, target up forward. He's going to have a shot from about 40 metres. Tightish angle. Goal umpire doesn't move much. That's not a bad start from Sever, and a perfect start for the Falcons, as Adam mentioned. They draw first blood here at Patterson's.
Well, absolutely perfect start. There, you look at this mark here, going back with the flight baz. That's just that's real courageous to start with there for Meadows, and it sets a tone really a lot of the time for the way you're gonna play the game. I think with marks like that, and you can't get a better start. A minute into the game, they kick the first goal.
Well, it does, Rummy. You come out and the coach gives you a clear message. You want intensity, but to do a courageous act like that in the first 10 seconds of the game, what a fantastic start for him.
So we're getting set to go again in the middle. Cunin will be up against Thorpe. Cunin almost with that one towards Guardinan. Taken nicely by Thane Bardenhagen. Will get plenty of the ball tonight as well. One of the key midfielders driving for them. Almost a chance there for McCulloch to get it to Brown, but he doesn't quite get it. Collis comes through, can't pick it up. Bardenhagen again, he's wrapped up nicely there by Jack Thrum, and will have a good ball up. Solid tackle from Thrum.
Well, it's very much one-on-one, and that's what we love about the Foxtel Cup. Not a lot of the sides know a lot about each other, so they just go that one-on-one. They don't put numbers back. It's a nice, free-flowing game.
Manzoni couldn't get free. Chance here for the Storm, but going back was Kerr. Not 15 play on. Tackle's a good one from Braden McGee. And we'll go again. Commitment good by both teams early.
Commitment very good. Kerr going with the flight of the football there. Well done. But again, the Storm, look, you look at this now inside here, just the tackling pressure already is evident from the start for the Storm.
This is how it started for the Stormers in Adelaide against West Adelaide. They just manufactured goals in the first quarter, which got them obviously on the scoreboard early. So don't be surprised if you don't see a kick mark, obviously goal around here. They're just opportunists.
Manzoni got it to Kerr. Onto the chest of Johnson. Wants to go long. He's got a couple of targets, and backing back into it nicely was Alexander. Max Alexander into the middle. Manzoni busy early. Hits it low, punches it, good vision. He's out here, Guardinan. He's to 40, he's to 35. Matt Guardinan for the second goal for the Falcons, and he drills it home. Good vision to spot him. That came out wide to Guardinan, and he makes no mistake.
Well, what a start it's been. And look, that's exactly where they want it. They want it out wide. They want to be able to use their skills. Played on quickly from the corridor and ran into the open goal steady and finished beautifully. That's exactly what they need to do. They need to get out in space, they need to use their skill. But there's going to be a difference in skill level here, no doubt. The Western Storm need it in tight, they need it tough, they need stoppages, they need to tackle, they need to put a lot of pressure on them. So it's been a really good start for West Perth.
Well, another clear message from the coach, Billy Monaghan, during the week. He said our Western Australian form isn't great, but one thing we can do is salvage something from the season in the Foxtel Cup. So everything to play for, he's got his boys up and about. 13
disposals to 3, so they've got their hands on the footy early, the Falcons. Storm yet to really get going. Hard ball to win here, plenty of players around it. And it might be a free kick under all that to Jack Thrum. It is, got one in the back.
Lucky not to give a 50 away twice there.
Just a little look to the umpire saying, how about it?
Not on the full, and then also pass it back to his teammate instead of Thrum.
Very generous, the umpire there. The spoil comes from Richie. It's over the boundary.
I think where the concern will be for the Storm, they've got 6 players backing up from the state game on the weekend. Now, they played against the Neesville competition, so important, as Dicko mentioned, that the Stormers need to get off to a fast start. And obviously West Perth now have jumped them slightly, so they need to get on the scoreboard now, the Storm.
And they're fresh, the Falcons. They're coming off a weekend off. So 2 different scenarios, 2 different teams, 2 different states, 2 different starts as the Falcons go long again. Sever was the target. The bounce is a bad one for Rainworth. It hits the post, so we'll have a boundary throw in.
We've seen 3 pretty clear entries inside 50. I mean, West Perth are obviously dictating to their defenders, but one thing West and Storm need to do is obviously just drop a man back to get a bit of an ascendancy back into this game a little bit.
So Sever up against Thorpe, and Sever pops it down low. Alexander came through, got it over to Johnson. Johnson hooks it back to the square. Ball to be won here. Coming through was McPhee. Got the handball out, but now a chance for the Storm to clear. Hanson's handball. Collis can't pick it up. Thrum again. Taken by Meadows. In turn over to Lynch. Back to Cunin. Cunin goes wide, but it's an easy one to spoil. And the big spoil comes from Bennett over the top. It stays in. Child has it. Gives it off. But unfortunately, his teammate in Hanson runs out of room.
Well, Baz, we're 6 minutes into this game, and the Storm have only had 4 clean possessions.
Yeah, look, it's very lopsided, Ramon, no doubt about that. But probably the most disappointing thing so far for me is their tackle pressure. We've seen in Adelaide when they went over there, they really come to play. Their tackle pressure was evident the first 5 minutes. They haven't turned up.
Kick back to Lynch. Hugs the boundary but puts it back into a dangerous position. Alexander falls for Johnson. Good attack by Alexander. Good kick by Johnson. And he found his man in Chris Cunin. And we'll watch Chris Cunin has a shot for goal. Dicko's got someone to talk to. Corey Chalmers, one of the players for the Falcons.
Yeah, Corey, a week off. I mean, it's a perfect start. Billy be absolutely wrapped at the moment.
Yeah, we just found a lot of space up there. And the work from coach was to cry and get front stands of the contest. And, yeah, it's starting really well. I think we can carry out through the whole of the game. So, yeah.
You mentioned the space. The forwards are obviously spreading quite quickly and just troubling the Stormers a little bit.
Yeah, we have a lot of good communication up there, so it's really good to communicate with the boys and find out space. So it's really open up there. So yeah,
well done, mate.
Cheers, mate.
If you're just watching the Foxtel Cup for the first time, that's the access we do have on Fox Footy here, where you can get in the huddles at quarter time and 3/4 time. Dicko wanders around and talks to anyone that will talk to him, which is not many people really, but he's got free rein to have a chat to both respective benches, coaches, and fans, and anyone else you can find.
Interview in the showers, anywhere.
Anywhere, but he's going to have another chance. He's just too big, too strong again, Martin Sever.
Oh, just far too big. And look, and that was in between 2 Storm players. So the coach in Mitch Hills, he's running off the ground now. Be really disappointed in that effort.
So Sever's been pretty dominant early and kicked the first goal of the game. And he's banged that off to the side.
Awkward kicking style, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you look at the disposals there. West Perth 28 to the Western Storm 6. They just can't get their hands on the footy. And as I said, the intensity around the football for the Western Storm just isn't there.
So it's Sever Martin, not Martin Sever, Sever Martin. It's been busy early. And here is McPhee, Mitch McPhee.
Look at that, Baz. That was just a quick kick back in from that contest, and now
let's go down to Dicko. Mitch Hills has come off the ground, and Dicko's right there.
Mitch, not coming off for a rest, I wouldn't have thought. You obviously just had a bit of a chat with the coaches.
Yeah, look, mate, we haven't had the greatest of starts, so just trying to work a few things out for a couple of the tall fellas down there. Killing us at the moment, so we've got to try and stem the flow a little bit.
A little bit at the stoppages as well. They're just obviously spreading pretty quick.
Absolutely, mate. It's a step up from what we've been playing, obviously, so they're looking really slick, so we have to put a bit of defensive mindset in, I think. Yeah.
Thanks, Mitch.
No worries, mate.
So Mitch Hills off for a bit of a look. They've let off the hook with a couple of shots at goal, though, haven't they, Remmel?
Oh, they have, and that's probably 2 easy misses for now. But I think what will be concerning also, Mitch Hills, the coach there, is those West Perth forwards. They're all playing in front, Baz. So yeah, I think the Stormers, their defence, just got to change their starting points a little bit, get in front and just try to take. I I guess, the initiative just in this game, because at the moment they can't get any clear possession. We're seeing here again with West Perth taking the football forward.
Well, it's just a little resistance from me. And look, they've had 5 inside 50s for 5 shots a goal, so there's no real assistance defensively. They just need to get a hell of a lot better when they haven't got the footy.
Not a good choice of kick here. There were 5 Falcons to 1 Western Storm player. So, as expected, the Falcons marked and the kick out wide. Here comes to McPhee again. Short into the pocket. He's got a lead coming at him, and that's a good mark and good take there from Chalmers. And he gave it back to McPhee from onside 50. Kicks it up high. Good jump from Thorpe. Ball at ground level, though. Cunha might have got one high. Ball down low. Underneath all of that, it's very hard to get free. You want to be careful. And we'll have the ball up 20 metres out or 25 metres out from the Falcons' goal. They lead 2-3. Western Storm yet to score. Quick kick out of the pack. And just wide it came from Mark Crisp. Short ball in from Ritchie, and now a switch of play.
Ooh.
Bit risky, but it comes off. Hanson, wider, one-on-one situation, well spoiled by Kerr. It was a tough ball for.
It was a good decision by
Drake.
Kerr, because there was two Storm players. Kerr made the decision early to go to the Storm player there forward of that pack in Clinton Drake. It was a really good decision.
McCulloch played it down, a little bit slow to get the kick away there, but now it's a contest once again. Coming through Brown, couldn't get a kick. Child, got a call out the back. Good pressure from the Falcons as kick came forward from Bardenhagen.
No one forward.
Yeah, but he took their time, went a little bit wider to Collis. Down the line he goes. And the coach
Well done.
has it. He put himself back out there, Mitch Hills, and he just controlled that nicely.
It was a really good kick in the end. They seen the mismatch there. Look at the body size difference. Seen the mismatch, just put that in front of him. It was a really good mark in the end.
So this is their real first opportunity for a score of the night, and they can bring the margin back to 9. He's from inside 50. Hills' kick has crossed the face. Big jump, it's still in play. Almost the mark down to McCulloch, had plenty of it. Chance here for, that was McGee, but he couldn't get his kick away in time.
And look, this is okay. I think now lock this ball in their forward 50 as long as they can, because their defenders have been under siege, so they need a bit of a spell, and then they can just reassess what they're doing with their own direct opponents.
Cunha over the top, Bardenhagen through, wrapped up, clearing kick towards the boundary. Keeping it in was Chalmers, been busy early. Spinning out of it, and there's big Sever Martin having a crack again. He's the real target for West Perth at the moment.
Well, look, it's not all doom and gloom for the Western Storm. They've been dominated. Look, West Perth have been dominant so far, but it's only 15 points. They're still right in this game. If they can just sneak a little sneaky goal here,
just get one against the flow of play.
Could be a big win for them.
Alexander can't control it, and he knocks it over the line.
Yeah, because it could be easily 4-0.
Yeah, they probably should be given some of the set shots.
Because West Perth have missed a couple of easy ones. So Baz is right. You know, we've still got 4.5 minutes to go in this quarter. If they can just sneak a late one here, just to give them a little bit of confidence going into that quarter-time break.
Nice knock forward by McCulloch, but no one really there for the Storm. Antonio gave it back. Kick forward. Guardian there. The kick came from Brown. Now Manzoni forward. Again, Sever Martin, the real dangerous man, picked up nicely. Beautiful kick from Shannon, and Chris Shannon has just controlled that nicely over the line, and they made it look pretty easy, and that's the 3rd goal tonight for West Perth.
Gee, that was a good goal under enormous pressure on his left foot. Just got in a really good spot. It was a great contest by the key forward, but it's all about positioning as a small forward, and look at this. Goal side, left foot, around the body. You don't get much better than that.
Just a classic sort of crumbing goal, isn't it? For the contest was there from the big forward.
Well, that's right, and that's all that you want your big forward to do. If you can't mark the football, you just bring it down, and you bring it down at the toes. You don't let the defender clear the space with the spoil. So it was a really good job there. I think that was Martin again who was able to bring that football to the ground.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so Shannon getting the goal, 3rd one for the Falcons. Chance there for Blackberry. Jay Blackberry, the skipper of the Storm. He pushes it out wide. It might fall for Brown here, and he's got it, little Brown, and he pops it into an open forward line. Oh, courage needed from Child.
Well done.
Oh, during the day or the week that Jonathan Brown retired, you see a little bit of going back towards centre forward, and it was a nice mark by young Jade Child.
Stuff like that can just spark your side.
Absolutely.
And a great effort from this young man to go back with the flight under enormous pressure coming the other way. If he can finish this, he thoroughly deserves it. But that sort of stuff can turn your side around.
Well, Hills had a chance before and didn't manage to score. Child will score. It's just a question of accuracy. And he's only just scored. Or has he? Well, I went too soon there. I thought, well, 40 metres should be a lock. And he did get a point. Yeah. So the first score of the night for the Western Storm. Just over the line. It'll be Meadows to bring it in. Looking for Brown. We've seen a bit of this so far, Rama. West Perth crisscrossing with passes. This time it's come unstuck. Hanson worked hard. Got to beat 4, and he's won a free kick for too high. He wanted to go on with it. Look at that back. It's Matt Hanson. Tried to burrow through. Kicks it up, giving his forwards. McCulloch's coming. He came and he almost grabbed it. Ball now to be won. Chance for Western Storm at ground level. Hills caught. Ball spills free. Picked up again by the coach, Hills. And a clearing kick out wide by Thrum. McPhee lets it go. Well, Johnson's in trouble. That looked out to me, and it is.
At least we can see the intensity's lifted for the Storm. The last 5 minutes they've been really good in terms of pressure around the footy, and that's what they were out for, and that's why they had an upset.
Good mark.
Wow, terrific mark.
Very hard to do, running with the flight of the ball.
Remember the last time we were here at Patterson Stadiums, I think it was College who went back with a flight late in that game. Luckily, from all reports, he was fine after that. Just a shocking concussion.
We had to end the broadcast because the medical staff were taking their time as they should, and you could have sworn that he would have had some serious facial injuries. But it was good news. It was a good news story to come out of it. Just a sore head. Flipped over by Blackberry. Bardenhagen forward. Child, he's caught, can't get it free. Question whether he's going to get pinged. No, we'll have a ball up. So 80 seconds to go with the Falcons up by 20.
It's going to be interesting to see what the message is going to be for both camps. Obviously, West Perth will be really happy, but it's going to be interesting to see what the Western Storm say in their quarter-time break.
Well, we'll be in the Storm. We'll listen in to Mitch Hills at quarter-time. So we find out exactly what their message is. Can they get one late? Kept in by Blackberry. And they've got a boundary throw in so they can set up here. They've got the ruckman down there to set something up. So it'll be Hills in ruck, or will it be McCulloch? It's Hills. Popped it down in front, but it's well read by Lynch. Now it's Thrum. Wider out to Branch. Cut off though. Chance here, the Storm. Bad kick by Drake. Might have been one back though. Great smother. Still going, the Western Storm. Need to get a handball out. Couldn't do it. Child again. Bursts through and kicks it behind. So he's got a couple of behinds, and that is the Storm score.
Well, I think they've settled now. I think which is most important for the Storm, because for 3/4 of the first quarter, really West Perth have dominated. So they've settled in now late in this quarter. They've kept the football within their forward half.
It's 8 inside 50s to 6, as you can see there on screen. So they've turned the inside 50s around. They just need to be a little bit more efficient going forward.
Lynch wins the free kick. He kicks it out in front of Shannon. Shannon, a little fumble.
Good tackle.
A good tackle. And we'll come back. It'll be Brown to take the free kick, but probably doesn't realise that they've only got 10 seconds to manufacture something here. Taylor, he's got a good left leg on him, but goes very wide. Not a lot of confidence in the forward structure there. An easy one to push out wide and push out of bounds.
Not a bad result for the Storm in the end, for the dominance that West Perth had. 19 points is not a bad result at quarter time, as I said, for the amount of play that Western Perth had in it. early stages of that first quarter.
Yeah, the Falcons dominant on the scoreboard, 3 goals, 3 to the Storm, 2 points. But the work rate of the Western Storm picked up in the second half of that first quarter, and they were certainly more competitive, started to make their own chances in front of goal, but yet to capitalise.